So in this video, we're going to look at the order of operations. Usually we do this in the order here, PEMDAS. And all that says is that the first thing we do is the parentheses, then the exponents, then multiplication, whichever comes first left to right, then addition and subtraction, whichever comes first left to right. So parentheses comes before everything, because if we have, say, 3 multiplied by 2 plus 7. These brackets here mean these two terms are grouped together, the 2 and the 7. So it's 3 multiplied by everything that comes inside the brackets. So that would be just 9, and 3 times 9 is 27. So why does exponents come before multiplication and division? We have a simple example here. Say 3 times 5 squared. Now we know what PEMDAS says. It says to evaluate the exponents first and then multiply by 3. But say we don't know about PEMDAS and we just want to evaluate this and get a correct answer. What we can do is rewrite the 5 squared as 5 times 5. So these two expressions are equivalent because even though we don't know yet that we're supposed to do the exponents first, we haven't evaluated what the 5 times 5 is. So now that we've written it all in terms of multiplication, the order does not matter. So we can just multiply in any order we want, and you'll get 75. So the only way we're going to get 75 from this expression is if we do the 5 squared first and then multiply it by 3. So that's why we do exponents before multiplication and division. Now, one thing about multiplication and division having the same priority is that division is just multiplication by the reciprocal. So it's essentially, like a type of multiplication. So therefore, it shouldn't be treated any differently from multiplication because it is just a multiplication by the reciprocal. Left to right is a little more interesting. If we have 6 divided by 3 times 2, we know what PEMDAS says is to go from left to right. But again, we can convert this all into multiplication, and then the order we multiply the terms in does not matter. How do we do that? It's just understanding that division is the same thing as multiplication by the reciprocal. The reciprocal of 3 is 1 over 3, because this 3 here is 3 over 1. So then the order doesn't matter. We know 6 divided by 6 times a third is 6 divided by 3, so it's 2 times 2 is 4. So these two expressions here are equivalent. And the only way we're going to get the 4 is if we go left to right. 6 divided by 3 is 2. 2 times 2 is 4. If we were to do 3 multiplied by 2, that would give us 6. And 6 divided by 6 would give us 1. But that would not give us the correct answer. In fact, what that would be doing is it would be like placing a bracket around this. So in that case, we would get 6. If there's a bracket. There isn't, but if there was, and we decide to do things from left to right, well, not from left to right, but right to left, it would be equivalent as to putting the brackets there, which would be 6 divided by 3 times 2. And that would be equivalent to saying 6 divided by 3 divided by 2. Because 6 divided by 3 is 6 multiplied by 1 over 3. That's the 1 over 3 here. And divided by 2 is 1 over 2 there. So we will be saying essentially, because remember this because remember, those brackets aren't there. We just want to see what would happen if we didn't do things going from left to right, and we would end up with 6 divided by 3 times 2 being the same as 6 divided by 3 divided by 2. So those two components are the same, but multiplying 2 and dividing by 2, those cannot be equivalent. It makes sense that multiplication or division, it would change the answer. So 6 divided by 3 times 2 is not 6 divided by 3 divided by 2. So that's why we need to do things from left to right. Finally, why does multiplication come before addition and subtraction? Well, here, if we don't know about PEMDAS, we just want to evaluate this, it would be the same thing as 4 plus 3 plus 3. But by doing that, we're not evaluating this first. We're just writing the 3 by 2 a different way. So these two are equivalent. And then you would get a final answer of 10. So we know the answer has to be 10. And again, the only way we can get that is by multiplying the 3 by multiplying 3 by 2 first and then adding it. Now, why is addition and subtraction of the same priority? It's just because addition is, or subtraction is the same thing as addition. It's just addition of a negative number. So if we have 7 minus 2, that's the same thing as saying 7 plus the negative 2 value. We're just adding a negative value. Finally, why do we do addition and subtraction left to right? Say we had six minus 5 plus 4. Of course, this is equal to 6 plus a negative 5 plus 4. And then again, with everything being addition, it doesn't matter which order we move in. But if we were to evaluate this from right to left and do this first, this is what will happen. We're essentially putting a bracket here because we want to see what will happen if we evaluate it from right to left instead of left to right. So we get this value here, but this is 6 minus 5 and minus 4. Because again, this is brackets here, so we're subtracting everything. But that would imply that this is equal to 6 minus 5 minus 4. So 6 minus 5 plus 4 can't be the same as 6 minus 5 minus 4. These two components are the same, but we have a minus 4 here and a plus 4 here, so they can't be the same. So that's why we need to do things from left to right. Now, the thing that's important to notice about the order of operations is that PEMDAS wasn't put in place just so everyone would get the same answer. It was put in place so that students would do the problem correctly. Thanks for watching.